So that's why it can be really important not to get caught up in certain things, and um, to know and feel, because usually you can feel when your time up with that relationship has come. And so it's for you to listen and learn that, instead of being like, oh well, that was a waste of time. But who did you become through that? Were there things that you learned, and you learned how to manage and handle things differently than maybe you did before? And maybe somebody is coming in your life to show you those triggers, so that you also know what to heal before you can call in who or what you're trying to call in as well. So sometimes these distractions, don't think of them as a loss, but sometimes these distractions are to help build you, so that you can be who you need to be in that relationship, or so that you can see these patterns, so you do know what to fix, so these people do point out your triggers. Because you can't have somebody come in that you're not ready for just to ruin it, right? God wants you to be equipped for what you're asking for, but you have to put in that time, effort, and work, and also use your discernment and understand and see, and feel, so that you know when it's time to leave. So you know and recognize things are what they are. And sometimes people bring things like those, a really beautiful distraction for your healing too, just to get you out of that bump that you could have went down in a really, really dark road, and he just needed somebody really fast to distract you with. And also maybe they remind you of who they are. Maybe they needed to learn from you as well, and you needed to learn from each other. So putting that in perspective of learning, it really helps, rather than feeling the loss of people, when you're focused on the lessons and the learning. Like, wow, but I learned this, and it taught me this, and now I'm more apprehensive to this, or this showed me that this is something that I've really fallen into, or maybe this person also needed to learn certain loves from you. You just never know. Everyone is in your life for a lesson, and when you realize that, it's easier to not take things for granted, and writing those things down, like, wow, okay, I learned I was really codependent here, and this helped me to kind of like a pretend boyfriend or situationship or whatever, to make you happy in that moment, so that you can at least use them as practice. Like, okay, this is what I did different, this is what I did before in relationships, and this made me codependent. And it helps you see too, like, oh, I'm slipping into old patterns, I am not taking care of myself as much, I'm not having balance of like the relationship or this person. I'm getting too excited, and I'm stop doing my self-care, or I'm going to the gym less. Those are things that you are meant to learn before you find that love that you're trying to call in, so that when it comes in, you are who you need to be, so that it can be sustainable.